right, Seattle Pandemic Shutdown, day 61, I think. Hello, boys and girls, children of all ages, fellow pandemic travelers. This is Tuesday, and we are now in phase one. I erroneously said yesterday that we were in phase one. We weren't in phase one then, we're in phase one now. And what does that mean? I gotta tell you, the infographic that the state provided is a little vague. To be quite honest, going into phase one is basically, it seems like it's just like what we've been in. It's like some more people can go to work. Like, you can do new construction now. Okay. So like if it wasn't already underway, and why are you not even going 60 in the middle? Oh yeah, I'm in Washington. That's right. It's like there's new construction, non-emergency surgeries are allowed. It's still slow, right? This looks about like it did yesterday. Maybe people are afraid and they're staying home regardless. I know there are people who are choosing to do that, and if your situation is that you have too many vulnerable people at home, or you are concerned about your health or whatever, then go ahead and do that. But everyone else needs to get used to following some extra hygiene procedures, spraying things down, sanitizing, hand discipline, and get back to kind of doing stuff. You've been going to the grocery store, I know, because I've seen you there. But anyways, see, like Montana went into phase 2 yesterday, and it makes sense, right? Maybe I said this yesterday, I don't remember anymore. It makes sense for different states that have different conditions, different topography of the land itself even, are going to enter different phases at different times, and some of them might go back down a phase or up a phase depending on how conditions change, and it makes sense for them to do that. And everywhere is not New York City, right? And Seattle should you can almost divide it up. Seattle should hold on to quarantine longer than, say, Spokane should. That's just me. I'm not an epidemiologist. But there is something really irritating that people keep saying, and they act like it's a home run. They act like it's a slam dunk. Like, you just want the economy to reopen because you care about your stocks and your 401k, and you don't care if people die. And it's just, people need to stop false dichotomying like assholes, because it's really stupid. It makes you look stupid. If we all sit here and let the world fall apart, it will be worse than a certain number of people dying from exposure to the virus. That is a fact. You need to understand this. It is imperative that you understand this before your whining and fear about a pathogen that we know how to kill causes us to enter into complete economic and then social and then civilizational collapse. And I don't want to do that, okay? I don't want to do that. I don't want to play that game, all right? So you got to stop being a scold and acting like you're morally superior because you don't fully grasp the severity of the situation. We can't just sit here and get bailout money from the government forever. That's not how reality works. Okay, you got the damn picture? Okay. People who follow me probably already know that this is, there's a little bit of nuance here. It's not that complicated. It's really not. Like, we're not going to be going to any concerts for a while, at least until we have a vaccine, I suppose. But no, you can go back and open your store. You can do retail. Well, not in phase 1, I don't think. I was wrong about that yesterday. I think I said you can do retail. I don't think you can. Landscapers, see the landscapers right there? Landscapers have been working this whole time from what I've seen, but they're allowed, I guess, to go back to work under phase 1. That's fine. Good. If you need a job, time to pivot. You know what I mean? It's tricky times. You know what else was essential this whole time that almost anybody can get? Private security. I don't know if they're hiring, but private security is still working. You go be a security guard for a while if you got laid off from something. I'm telling you, you got to do what you got to do to get by right now. And for example, they're starting to limit purchases of meat at the grocery store. I get it. They don't want people to come in and buy it all up and hoard it all and cause other people to be, have unnecessary scarcity. And then I guess people sell the meat on the black market. I don't know what you do with it, but they don't want people panic buying up all the meat and then people going hungry. I get it. But that's where we're at. We're at rationing your purchases at the store for meat products anyway. And people got to start making smart decisions. You get two packs of chicken breasts, or you could get 2 whole chickens. See how that works? Like, you gotta think about your purchases and what you're gonna do with your food. And again, if you're trying to get ahead and maybe stockpile a little bit of food, I would encourage such behavior, but you're being dissuaded from such behavior by the stores themselves. So, something to think about. Anyways, I don't know why we're going 40 miles an hour. And you know what? This has actually been a little bit faster than yesterday, I think. Let's see how it goes as we get to the hill. Again, trying to get ahead of this thing. Stop reacting to the stuff as it happens and being like, well, I didn't know that would happen. Stocks are going to go down. 401ks and everything are going to take a hit. I don't even know what to tell you about pensions and all kinds of other stuff longer term. Like, think about 10 years from now, right? Something is going to come back around 10 years from now, and it's going to bite us all in the ass, and we're going to go, wait, what was that again? Oh, it's because of that damn coronavirus pandemic back in 2020. Like, it's going to continue to play out through, again, real estate markets, through corporations. Small businesses are just going to get absolutely clobbered right now, and I don't think stimulus checks from the government are going to prevent that. We don't know what's really going to happen. Like, how can these for-profit, institutions maintain their existence when there's no commerce, right? It is frightening. But again, getting ahead of these things so you aren't taken unawares. I'm glad I started telling my network of people to start laying in supplies back when it might have been a little bit Chicken Little at the time, but it isn't now, right? And, for example, remember when everybody went out and panic bought a bunch of guns like a little while ago? For all of you people who panic bought a gun and then like put it in the closet and you're not thinking about it anymore, I implore you to please get some training in. You can dry fire and cycle responsibly with trigger discipline and ammo discipline and everything else, and watch some training videos and learn about your purchase. Don't just have a gun. Do everybody a favor, all the law enforcement, the medical workers, your neighbors, your family, and yourself, and drill with the weapon that you purchased. Learn to disassemble it and reassemble it and clean it. I guarantee you there's dozens of videos on YouTube about everything you need to know to safely handle this gun that you just purchased. I implore you to do so. Now, other people already owned guns before this. So think about that. Think about the next thing that you think you'll need to get, rather than waiting to get it when everyone else is, and then you're fighting with some dude over a pack of toilet paper, right? I'm gonna tell you a secret. I don't know if you can still get them, but we got ours, and I installed it this weekend. A bidet. You know what a bidet does? Basically, it doesn't necessarily make toilet paper irrelevant, but it certainly stretches your supply a lot farther. I recommend it. You get one, install it. I know it's kind of a European commie thing to do. I may be turning into a socialist because of it, but I ain't worried about my toilet paper supply now, am I? Huh? Now who's winning? See, you got to think ahead of this thing instead of just responding and reacting. That's how you get caught in scarcity and shortages. And if it's food, if it's water, if it's energy, if it's ammunition, well, then you're screwed, right? So you don't got to get got, though. You can be ahead of the curve. And it feels nice to be ahead of the curve. Let me tell you, been ahead of the curve for several months now. All right, that's enough from me for today. Remember, I go out so you don't have to. Bye.